Hey guys, my name is Ben Howard. We're out here Gateway TR to play around with the P2x from Discmania. If you haven't seen these before, these were I don't know if they were designed by Gannon, but they were definitely designed for Gannon, and that's really clear with the space one. What is this? The D line Flex 3. Because if you look at this, this doesn't look like a P2 in any way, and I'm pretty sure this was modeled to be like a PA3 from Prodigy. Has a super flat top, super rounded off rim, very medium sized bead, nothing crazy, but it's definitely not like a P2 in any way, other than maybe the depth. But even then, it's not really that deep. But the main reason I haven't checked it out until now is because they just released some of them in premium plastic. I know this is the Color Glow C line, and I think they've got some other plastics of it coming out. But I've been really interested to check these out because they're very similar to one of my favorite throwing putters, the Waymaker from Goliath. Maybe the only difference would be it's a little bit deeper than the Waymaker, but I'll probably end up throwing both of them off of every tee. But I'm just going to take my first shot as my main shot and see how well we can play with them. So, yeah, let's go get in the round. All right, guys, for hole one, we've got a par 3, 230 feet. I don't know if you can see the basket or not, but it's down here just to the left of this tree you can see in front of us. I'll go with the premium P2X first, just try to throw it straight at that tree, see if I can get a fade off of it, and see how overstable these things are going to act. Oh, wow, that's so nice. Ooh, I can already tell I'm going to like these. Oh, I pulled that. Oh, but I feel about the same. Ooh. I did forget to mention the intro. These two feel pretty different, mainly just because the D line version is very flat, but the C line has a pretty good dome to it. So I'll be curious to see if they do fly differently. Based off those first throws, I don't think you'll see anything too crazy through the video, but we'll see. All right, guys, for hole two, got another par 3, 208 feet. Pretty much all we're trying to do is hit this gap and just let the discs do what they want to do and just fade off to the left. It's not the basket you can see through the gap. The basket's pretty much in that gap, honestly. So, like, all I really have to do is just throw these discs at this group of trees on the right, let them fade off, and good ace run it. Let's see. I'll go with the premium version again. Get around that. Oh, that was a good kick, actually. This hole feels like it's so much farther than it actually is. I really just need to aim in that gap. No, do the same thing. It took me a second to find my disc because it was under this branch. But luckily it's dead and unattached so I can move it. Let's make this. Ooh, corner pocket. All right, guys, for hole three, we got a par 3, 303 feet. Basket's just straight ahead on the other side of this hill. Or at least I think. I don't remember exactly where the basket is, but I have a pretty good idea where it is. But for this one, we're going to go with the baseline P2X. Just try and throw it flat, hard. Maybe give it a little bit of anhyzer. Just see if we can get all the way down there. Maybe. That might be in circle 2, at least. Let's see if I can get the premium one to fly like that. Yeah, wow. The premium one's definitely got a lot more stability to it, but they both seem to have the same amount of glide. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but I ended up throwing the premium P2 another maybe 10 feet closer, which I did give it a little bit more anhyzer than the baseline one, but still, for it to go that much farther is crazy. Just going to make this. Fade. Hard. Oh, man. All right, guys, for hole 4, we've got a par 3, 240 feet. You see the basket straight ahead, but off the tee, you really need to throw a left to right moving shot. So I'm going to try the baseline one, a little bit of anhyzer. Try and give it some height, too. See if we can get it over there. Oh yeah, perfect. Let's see if I can give it an ace run with the premium one. Nope, not enough. Golly, that thing is beefy. All right, guys, for hole 5, got a par 3, 260 feet. The 260 is probably right, but it probably plays a little bit farther than that. But the basket is just straight ahead through this gap, so I think the baseline P2 is going to be a good one for this one, and then I'll probably try another shot with the premium one again. But really just got to give this height and throw it pretty hard. Not high enough, I don't think. Maybe. These things have more glide than I'm giving them credit for, so that could be up there in the circle. Oh, nope. Very makeable putt. There we go. All right, guys, for hole 6, we've got a par 4, 383 feet. But don't let that distance fool you. This is the most difficult hole on the course by a lot. Like, I don't know if I've ever actually parred this hole, so this will be interesting. But we're going straight for about 100 to 150 feet. Then the fairway pretty much dog legs immediately to the left. We're going down a really tight wooded fairway. So I'm going to go with the premium P2X, try and throw it high. Even a little nose up will be good, and just have it stall and move directly to the left. I like that. Swing. I think that's too far. So there's a chance I can get up and down for par, but we'll see. Okay, so I know it may not seem like it, but I actually did land in the fairway, which is the first time I've ever done that. But we got to go either over or under this tree that's hanging out in this gap, with the basket being tucked slightly to the right. I think I might go with the premium one again and do a slight flex shot over that tree. I'll go with the baseline one because I trust it to hold that angle a little bit longer. Won't come out near as hard. I won't need to throw it quite as hard as I need to throw that one. But hey, I'll take this any day because this almost guarantees a par, which is always good on this hole. Hold that. Hold it. Okay, yeah. I think that's still pretty short, but we're going to have a birdie putt. Okay, so I was right. We were a little short, but it's that edge of circle putt, slightly downhill. I got to remember, I don't need to aim outside of the cage or outside of the chains with this disc. I can just put it right in the heart, get all the way there. Yep, see? I'm used to my Waymakers at that distance, they'll fade a little bit, but surprisingly, these P2Xs won't. All right, guys, for hole 7, we got a par 3, 280 feet. You can see the basket straight ahead, but biggest difficulty is this tee pad because it's not very forgiving. You've almost got a hole 8 at Timmons situation, hole 10 at Timmons situation, but this isn't quite as bad. Plus, I can't really reach this basket anyway with these putters, so all I'm really trying to do is just hit the gap and give myself just like a circle 2 look at best. Oh, okay. That was a fairly good kick. Oh, dang it. There we go. All right, guys. Hole 8, par 3, 180 feet, which goes so far downhill that the distance almost doesn't really matter. But these discs are perfect for this hole. You just get to throw them flat out to the right, let them fade in, and hopefully get an ace. Oh, short. Okay, not that bad. Oh, if that was just a little bit higher. Oh. All right, guys, we're on hole 9, final hole video. This one is a par 5, 518 feet. We're pretty much just going straight back across pretty much the whole course, and the basket's over there next to hole 1's tee pad. But off the tee, I just need to throw, yeah, I'll go with the baseline one on a little bit hyzer. Give it a good amount of height. Just let it get out there and fade out to the left. With a good tee shot, there's a chance I could get up and down for eagle, but I'm not counting on it with just putters. Oh, yanked it. He left. Okay. Probably have bad footing and a weird shot from there, but at least it's birdie. I think she's gonna land flat. Okay, that's a good shot though. That'll give me like 150 feet into the pin. Okay, yeah. So I think I was right, about 150 feet in. We'll go with the premium ones because it's a little bit more stable and I can trust out to the right. Let it crash in. Yep, perfect. All right, guys, that finished up our round out here with the P2Xs. I gotta say, I'm really surprised with how these turned out because, well, I'm not surprised and I'm surprised at the same time, I guess you could say, because they flew like I expected. Like I figured they would be straight to overstable throwing putters. Typically with discs like this, you're going to have to sacrifice some distance for that reliability and that overstability. But with these discs, I really didn't feel like I lost any distance at all, especially with the baseline one. Like you can see on hole 3, I threw this premium one to like maybe edge of circle 1 on a 300-foot hole. So when it comes to these discs as throwing putters, uh, you're gonna have a hard time not finding these things in my bag, especially this one. I'm really liking how this one feels, how this one flies, and everything. But when it came to putting with them, I'm not a big fan of really deep putters when it comes to putting because it just feels like they have a hard time leaving my hand. And like I talked about on what was that, hole 7 or 6, the par 4, like they just have a different point where they start to fade than my Waymakers. So that was kind of messing with me a little bit. But if you like deep, overstable putting putters, these are not a bad option at all, especially in this plastic. I really like this plastic for putting because it's very, very stiff, but has a good amount of grip to it. If you're local to me, you could probably pick these up at another around Greenville. I would assume they'd still have some. That's where I got these from. So go check them out if you're interested. But yeah, guys, if y'all have any other disc recommendations I should try out, please let me know down in the comments. But thank y'all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and have a good one.